This is Hammersmith Odeon, Wembley Stadium. I sold out with Meatloaf. I played on the Meatloaf Live at Wembley, and this is from that. This is Lou Rawls. This was a song I wrote, When the Night Comes, and it was the first song taken into outer space. In fact, this album was broadcast back to Earth by Guy Bluford, the first black astronaut in history, in 1983. I played on this Rick Derringer album, and I wrote a few songs on his record, my friend Alvin Stardust, who's done I Love Rock and Roll, my song. And more and more and more. Britney Spears. This is Vodka Cola's Pink Suit. I've done a lot of recording, kids. My life is like the Twilight Zone. So welcome to my world.
I saw her dancing out by the record machine. I knew she must have been about 17. The beat was going strong. Playing my favorite song.
A melodic song. It had to have 3 chords. It had to have a monumental riff, memorable riff. It had to be melodic in the verse, and it had to have a chorus that everybody would sing. I thought about the Rolling Stones, It's Only Rock and Roll, and I thought that's cheeky. Because I knew the people that Mick Jagger was hanging around with, and they were bankers and you know, international movers and shakers. They weren't rock and rollers, so I thought, it's only rock and roll, but I like it. It's like an apology. And no, I love rock and roll.
I love rock and roll. So put it every time in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with me.
So I went back to my flat, and I thought, I'll write a song about a song that's already a hit. Because I know this is going to be a hit for the era. It's going to be huge. It's going to be top 3 at least. So I wrote a song about a fictitious song coming out of the jukebox that's already a hit. And then it is a hit. My dog is like, she's heard this before.
Next we were moving on. She was with me, yeah, me. And we'd be moving on and singing that same old song. Yeah, with me, singing.
We got a show, one TV show with it. There was no plan for any promotion. There was no print press. There were no reviews. They got no BBC play. And you can't have a hit without Top of the Pops and the BBC in England. It's a lock. BBC seemed to be a little allergic to the Arrows. I mean, I think they were Americaned out. It became a hit later for Joan Jett, but not on her first try. She cut a version with the Sex Pistols in 1979, and it didn't happen. It went number 1 in '82, and I was on tour with Rick Derringer at the time. And I watched it go up in the charts. I think we played the same club. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts and Rick Derringer played the same club one night apart. So Joan came the night earlier to see us, and she gave me a big hug. And the song was about number 48 at that time, going up. And I said to her, I think we got a hit here.
Next we're moving on with me, yeah, me.
And as I was progressing around, you know, the States with Rick Derringer, each week it would go up further until I was like in Texas and it was number 1. I love rock and roll, so put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll, so come on, take your time and dance with me.
And all these years later, you finally had your hit.
Well, through Joan Jett, it became number 1 in America for 7 weeks in Billboard, 8 weeks in Cashbox magazine.
How do you feel now, that first feeling when you wrote it, that you thought, this is my hit?
I knew it was a hit. I knew it was a hit song. This is Britney Spears in America. Over 5 million copies, it says there, I think. And this is the Joan Jett. Million and then 2 million, I think. Miley Cyrus sold over 2 million copies. And I'm very proud of this. I'm glad that she carried on the tradition. I make the money. I never gave up the rights, contrary to what Rolling Stone say. Rolling Stone have lied and said that I sold the song to Joan Jett for $2,500. That's an out and out, utter lie. I wouldn't be living here on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. I'd probably be homeless. Brittany and Miley and Joan and Shawadi Wadi and Alvin Stardust and Renault and all these people and the Rock of Ages, the score of Rock of Ages with Alec Baldwin, Russell Brand, put the song up from number 56 to number 46 of every record ever released in all time. How can I be angry?